let's look at profit margin. These two companies have exactly the same profit margin, right? That means per dollar of sales, they get to keep after all expenses. Uh, for each $100 in sales, they keep $2.92 as profit. Okay, but ROA is much higher for Costco. Why? Apparently, Costco is more efficient when it comes to its assets. It has total asset turnover of 352. That means for each dollar of assets, they're able to generate $3.50 of sales. On the other hand, Walmart only does $2.60. So it's a lot more efficient. So when you look at, if somebody asks, why does Costco have better ROA? Because they manage their assets more efficiently. That's what DuPont identity does for us. That's the baby version. And we're going to do the Papa version now. Keep calling these baby DuPont, Papa DuPont, because it kind of reminds me of, is there anybody here Haitian descent? Haitian, not Indian. No, Haitian. Back in 70s and 80s, there was a dictator in Haiti. His name was Duvalier. He was known as the Papa Doc. And his son, he was even more cruel than his papa because he derived his power from the papa. He was known as the baby doc. And these guys had these groups of basically enforcers, the kill squads. They were called the Tonton Macoutes. What happened to my stuff? Let me close it and come back. Okay, there it is. Now we're gonna do Papa DuPont. It basically takes ROE, okay, as you know, is equal to net income divided by total equity. And I'm going to multiply this creatively by 1 as well. I'm going to multiply that with the ratio of total assets to total assets and reorganize. We do this a lot in finance. Sometimes we creatively add zeros and reorganize. Okay, we already know what this is. That's ROA. And you can write this as 1 plus total liabilities over total equity, or this is 1 plus that equity ratio. We also know that's by name equity multiplier. Equity multiplier and that equity ratio do not contain independent information. There's just different ways of looking at it. Hence, Papa DuPont says ROA is equal to ROA times equity multiplier, or oh, thank you, ROE. And expanding the baby DuPont, this is PM times TAT times equity multiplier. Okay. Equity multiplier, just like that equity ratio, is a measure of leverage. The more that you have, the higher equity multiplier will be. So let's get I think I have enough room here. Let's get total equity for both of these companies. Hmm? I'm gonna give you guys these as a PDF. So mm, if it works for you to take notes, take notes. Some people learn better that way. When I was grad student, I never took notes because I paid attention to the board. Of course, we didn't have the PDFs those days, but I had friends who acted like PDFs because they had notes. If I ever needed, I got their notes. More often than not, I tutored them anyway before exams, so I never even studied for. My tutoring was the study. That's when you learn the best, when you're teaching somebody. I figured that out back in second grade. I was kind of the star of the math class, especially, and my friends started asking me stuff. I said, okay, I'll tutor you guys. From then on, I never studied because that was my study. Even if I didn't know something, I could figure it out while I'm teaching them. You learn better that way. And let's get the total equity for both of these companies. Costco is already here, so let's go to balance sheets, quarterly. Where art thou? Total equity, gross minority interest, but we actually want the stockholders' equity. For Costco, that's minority interest thing is not there, but I'll explain what that means. For now, let's put that number, 24, 451. And let's go to Walmart. Financials, come to me. Balance sheet quarterly. No, it didn't go to balance sheets. Come on. As you can see, Walmart has an item called minority interest. I'll explain what that is to you. If you want to look at the stockholders' equity, 88, 108. And from this, let's calculate EMs. I should have put more space, but hey, for Costco, EM is total assets divided by total equity. 73,386 divided by 3.01. And for Walmart, 263,399 divided by 88,108, 2,989. Almost same. So it's not going to make too much difference. So we can calculate ROE for both of them. So for Walmart, that number is going to be 756 times, come on, work with me. This thing is killing me sometimes. That's Microsoft working for you. Oops. 22,559. Walmart and 1029, 3.01, 30.88 for Costco. As you can see, the difference even increased. Why? Even though the difference is slight, Costco is a little bit more leveraged. Now, let me go back to that minority interest thing. Uh, as you may or may not know, in fact, if you look at the financial statements from SEC, it says consolidated balance sheets and consolidated income statements. Consolidated means if you have subsidiaries that are wholly owned or partly owned, but you have a controlling interest, you have to put them together. You cannot just have the parent companies uh,